Hey, do you like food? Cause I do. Hey, welcome to Pumpkin Patch episode 11 right now? Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed like the episode 10 because originally it was supposed to be a special episode, so but instead because of like the tight schedule and stuff, it just became well just me talking about like my appearance and how I started. I guess it's a very subtle, very humble, even though it's shorter than I imagined the episode to be. It's fits and whatnot. By the way, I know I said in like the first episode today there's supposed to be four, but like I decided to go push the other one to tomorrow. So there'll be two episodes tomorrow. Today is the last this is the last episode for today. As you get, I guess from the intro, we're talking about food, and we're not talking about Nika avocado. I know that happened recently, but we're not a news channel. We have a limited amount of, screen time episodes to do, so we can't just be talking about what's current and whatnot, because we have a limited amount of episodes. I talk about that, and we're just gonna waste one episode entirely, man. So yeah, we're talking about food normally, and oh yeah, by the way, also I'm recording this episode super late compared to the rest. Is because so I do not know what I said before that I had to record. It's because in the afternoon there was just some random music festival. The rest of the episode was recorded in the morning and should be edited and like at the same time. So yeah, after this episode I'm gonna edit like 3 episodes in a row. So yeah, and now it's very late in the night and I'm recording and decided, let's talk about food, because if you guys never watch me cook before on stream, I think during lockdown I cook a lot. I cook and I love eating. I am a glutton. that's true. Okay. So yeah, hope you guys are like coming in from your schoolwork and like just settling down right now, or maybe it's just studying. Is it during your study time? Or during your work. Hope you guys finish your work and hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So yeah, I love cooking. Yeah, it's one thing I say. I love cooking. I love like creating cool, interesting food. I love experimenting food. So if I ever want to, I maybe can try to open a restaurant. The only problem is that restaurant is gonna be expensive to hold up and like make it still run and stuff. It's gonna be painful and whatnot. But I do not know what the future holds. If I do open one, yay, good job me in the future. But if not, well, I guess I'll maybe do some cooking stream in the future. That's still probably most likely gonna happen. I love cooking, and like I've cooked and eat so much that I developed like a palate of sort that I can like try to figure out what goes well together. Like I could tell, oh, this and this won't go well, but this and this will go well. Or maybe if you do this and this, enhance the thing. It's something I picked up when I eat a lot and cooked a lot. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I have a habit of saying so yeah too often. Even saying so is often in writing and speaking, I say. I'm quite proud of my cooking skill currently, because I spent a total of 5 years cooking maybe give or take 5 years, because my parents make me cook. As soon as we moved to this house, I've been like the main chef of the house. I've been cooking left, right, and center, and I've cooked fried rice to stir fried vegetables to steamed egg to all sorts of dish that we have available. So I'm an experiment. Sometimes I used to like cook and like experiment for my family, but now I experiment like when I'm eating alone, because they really hate when I do those experiment type of new food. Because some of them are like, oh, what happen if you add this, or what happen if you add this to think, because curiosity, and like I want to know. A chef will always experiment first. That is a true statement, because without experimenting you won't know what you're doing. And yeah, you see YouTube or not, but like experimenting is the best way to learn in cooking, because that way you learn how to make good food and whatnot. But I'm also one of the things I think the reason why I'm good at cooking also is because I just love eating. One thing is, if you ever send me to like Okay, I'm gonna talk about this because recently I went to those, train sushi in a sense. Or conveyor sushi. I went to those. If you ever send me to those, do know that your bills might be very big because I by myself can eat like 100 plates if I want to. I'm absurd of the amount of things I can eat because sushi to me is a light snack. It's equivalent to your chips or your biscuits. They are, well, tiny, very little. Or your crisps, I guess I should say, for those England viewers. Yeah, I consider sushi as a snack. They're not dinner or lunch. They're very light. I could eat them for breakfast. I could eat them anytime I want. If I want to, I usually eat a bunch of things. And I can eat 2 udon bowls and wouldn't be food. I can eat 2 ramen bowls, wouldn't be food. I have very few times felt full. Yeah, literally. And barbecue I could eat forever, but it's just like the one thing I don't get full that often, but what I decide when it's my limit is if I get bored or like I'm cautious of the bill because I don't want a bill to be $1,000 or like $500 and it'll be like what $300 on me or like $400 based on me because I am a heavy eater. I eat a lot, but I gotten used to the fact that I don't need to eat until my belly is full or like I'm satisfied. I just like eat whatever I want once I'm done with whatever looks interesting or like whatnot. I just don't eat because I have no limit. I literally can just eat whatever I want. The only problem is if the food gets boring, I will in the quotation feel full. But if it's never boring, I won't ever get full. Like if I eat a meat that keeps chewing, I'll get bored of it and I'll just say I'm full. I don't want to eat any more of this. But I can still eat rice, I can still eat the chicken, I can eat anything, but like, man, if something is over, like if you keep chewing in, there's no taste, it's bland, or like, it's so boring, like, for example, I've eaten so many egg pratas that I've gotten bored of it and I always feel full because of it. It's not because I'm full of it, it's because I'm so tired of eating egg prata because I've eaten so much egg prata, I've literally just have a disgust taste over it. Like at least add onion, man, or add like cheese or mushroom. Like anything is better than plain old egg prata. Even plain prata is better than egg prata because it's so boring. I added sugar, I added curry. It doesn't change the fact it's boring, man. It's not great anymore after eating it for like 10 years straight. Man, so yeah, I can eat anything as long as it's like tissue prata. It's nice and whatnot, but it's just, it's very troublesome to eat, and that's also one thing. If it's troublesome to eat, my body will just don't like it. If it's too sweet, I'd rather not eat too much. And whatnot. Like tissue prata is like I can easily devour it. Definitely, I tried before I can devour the whole thing. It just get boring after like after a certain amount, like after bite 20 or 50, I don't know. It gets boring. It's like the same shit over and over again. There's no taste. The chocolate dries up. It gets more bland. Yeah, that's like the only thing. So when I cook food, I try to make it in a way that every bite you take is creative. Like maybe add sugar or like mix 2 sugar or add honey. It's like I try to make it in a sense very like in a sense very tasty and creative. So because nowadays right, I get the way I learn how to cook more right now is if you guys don't know what tingkat is, essentially I get it every single day except for the weekends. Tingkat is essentially like your subscription service for delivered food. It's like it comes usually in the tin can container, but mine is plastic because I don't know, man. I just prefer the one that you cook. Because I'm a chef, I cook shit now. Especially more time, I will cook. Back in the day, I understand why we choose like the plastic one, but now I can cook. Like, why don't we cook? I don't know. I think it's my brother just hate it for some reason. So yeah, having tekka is always every single day is different food. So when I get it, sometimes like, oh, I can cook this, and like why not cook it? So I would just take the ingredients, go then maybe ginger, garlic, or whatever I want, and just cook cook something very nice, unique, and I would like it. Like, sometimes make omelette with it, sometimes make steamed egg with it, sometimes just so I don't like it saying that, make a soup out of it. Sometimes like stir fry it, make it like crispy dumpling. Like one time they give those normal dumpling, like soup dumpling, not xiaolong pao, just normal dumplings, like meat inside, vegetable, normal. Then I'll just fry them to make it nicer because fried dumpling is nicer. It's superior, man. Their normal dumpling they give is so doughy. It's bad. It's like they try those type of dumplings needs to be the soup, but they don't put it in the soup. They just put it dry, which is like, oh god no. And talking about dumpling, what's your favorite soup or dry dumpling? Like the fried or the soup dumpling? Man, like wonton dumplings, they also give you those type, yeah. Man, I'm like a culinary expert for eating and no eating. I'm literally a full glutton. You give me a barbecue, I will cook it forever, man. Like I would just play my food because I'm getting bored over time with like eating. The only thing I say is spicy food I can't handle that much. Because since birth I always have like very bad spice tolerance, so now it's better. I can handle spice way more, but like I still taste spice, man. Oh, by the way, there's definitely gonna be a new episode about food in the future. This is just like a short ramble about food, and since it's late, I don't want to record so long. So, talking about that, I might want to end soon. Really. I mean, like, I'm also before I started cooking mainly, I mostly baked. I was mostly a baker because I think it started off with my mother dragged me into baking and okay sure I can do baking. And then over time my cousin also dragged me to do more baking. We took like a baking course every weekend at one time. We baked okay like most people that was young kids, and then me and my cousin was like the oldest that was like, oh, we didn't need the listen instruction. We were just going there just to bake stuff and like return because I think it was holiday or something. So yeah, we did baking, and then after that thing happened, we baked more often at house. We started doing like plum cheesecake, New York cheesecake, muffins and whatnot. Because I was baking back very early on. Then I baked quite often, and then my mother decided and trusted me to cooking, so I started cooking stuff. Man, the first time I was asked to help cooking, I cut myself very fast. I speed run injuring myself and got banned from using the knife for like 3 to 4 years until I was older that I could use the knife. I'm big. That's why I was tasked to bake because I was interested in culinary, but I couldn't cook because I couldn't carry the pan. I couldn't stir fry. I couldn't cut because I was short back in the day. I was like one of the shortest in the class. So yeah, I could only help with baking in a sense. So now but then like the second time and then remember I only used a knife once, and then when they asked me to cook again, second time using a knife I just straight up knew how to cook already. Like I suddenly out of nowhere know how to use knife and whatnot. Of course not at an expert level, but like the fact that I'm using knife quite like accurately and correctly. I was doing the paw technique already quite well early on and whatnot. Of course, then my father came in and teach me more stuff, like how to do knife. But I was experimenting. I essentially self-taught myself how to cook. They taught me a recipe, I self-taught myself to cook. The only thing I got was the recipes, essentially. And then, yeah, I just now became the guy who cooks mostly for my family, I would say. So when they say, oh, I mean, a lot of people didn't know I cooked. And, like my grandparents, my grandmother like knows that I wasn't allowed to cook, but then afterwards they realized, oh, you can cook now, why don't you cook? So now I'm like helping cooking now left, right, center. Yeah, except for barbecues, like holidays barbecue, like I want to rest. I'm not cooking, man. Like it's like the same exact thing as my parents, like they cook, but because we cook whatever, like the holidays, like those who don't cook as often cook. Because I'm the family chef, essentially. I've cooked for. I was like quite often now, man. Like every weekend I cook. Weekdays I nowadays cook as also. It's like I cook quite often. And I'm feeling like it, and the ingredients looks like they're able to cook, and it's not so late. I will cook. especially when I'm alone. It's like if I'm alone, I just cook whatever. I brew out something. I guess I got that Asian genes in me. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this short ramble about my addiction to food and cooking. If you really like this, yes, there will most likely be another episode. Maybe I'll invite a guest who does cooking. Imagine the episode. I invited my mother to talk about food cooking. So yeah, next episode, episode what 12 will be and 13 will be tomorrow. 12 will be a short episode. I do not know what I'm gonna be talking about. 13, I'm hope I bring a guest over. If not, 13 will be just a 1 hour episode. If not, see you guys and hope you guys are like coming back from your work studies and whatnot. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Bye bye. Outro play. Woohoo.